WBOK1230.com.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Whoa, nah. What's happening, good people? What's going on? Or should I say what the going on is?
What it be like?
No, I like what the going on is. Because it sound ignorant. It do. It really does. And be like sound ignorant too.
What it bees like?
Uh-huh. Bees as in
Bees these.
these knees? Or these? No, man.
Oh, it's
I
gonna be
can't-
one of those.
Completely different. That's a completely different
It's
thing.
officially one of those days.
It's one of those days.
It's one of those days.
She's back.
Hello, it's me. I'm going to say like Cardi B.
Ain't that I can say, ain't that a song?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I am back.
You have been on the Cardi B trip.
I have Cardi B playing nonstop in my
Lord.
car.
Oh, Lord.
She's my spirit animal. I really feel a lot of the things
You
she's
have been
saying.
posting, and I think I know the lyrics of the whole damn album, and I ain't even heard it yet.
Look, she dropped a lot of jewels of wisdom in this latest album, and I am all for somebody rising up from the ashes. You know, a phoenix rising up from the ashes. I love seeing the underdog come back. So yes, I'm all about Cardi B right now.
When was Cardi B down?
Oh, look, Cardi B went through a really rough patch.
Did you see the interview?
Yes, I did.
With
I
Gayle
did.
King?
I did see it.
Okay.
I did see it.
But she just went through a little patch, something, then she got pregnant. It wasn't that bad because she having a baby.
She's having a baby, but she really did go through it. And in her album, she talks about, look, I cried for 300 days and nobody checked on me. She really talks about how she really went through it and how she had to build herself back up, how she had to carry the load with her kids, how people were trashing her, how they were saying she'd never recover and bounce back as an artist. Like, she really talks about all of that and pours her heart and soul into this album. If you can get past some of the colorful language, then you can really get some
Yeah, I was going to ask
jewels.
about that.
Yeah, it's very colorful language, and it is kind of explicit. It shouldn't be all that, but it is. That seems to be where female rappers are going these days. But to me, if the message rings true, that you can overcome adversity, you can come back stronger than ever. You don't have to choose between career and family. You can have it all. It's a female empowerment type album. It is what it is, but
you know
it's
what I like?
resonating. It's the #1 album in America right now.
You know what I like?
I heard it went number one within 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Within 30 minutes.
But you know what I liked about it?
What?
And I know you're going to appreciate this. That she pregnant, number one, but was out there doing street work with her album, selling it.
Marketing.
Marketing.
The marketing plan
by herself.
for this album was genius. It was genius.
Straight street.
Yeah, absolutely. And now she's got a hater. Nicki Minaj has now come up. She wants to start talking about Cardi B, talking about her children. Cardi had to
I
draw
thought
the
they were
line on
friends.
that. They used to be friends, but now they're clearly not on the same page. And Cardi B had to go online yesterday and basically tell her, talk about my children one more time.
Oh, Lord.
Talk about my children one more time. And hell, I feel that too.
I know.
I go hard for my Bagneris claim. Talk about my kids, and we got a real problem.
10 toes down.
10 toes down. 10 toes down.
That sounded familiar. I think that came from one Emil Bagneris.
Yes.
Indeed.
We are 10 toes down in the Bagneris tribe.
So do you think that because I saw the interview with her and Gayle King, and what she was basically saying in that album, and I think Gayle asked the question is, are you really over with ASAP Rocky? Or what's his name? Ain't that his name?
I think she's really over it. But when you're in a relationship with someone and you have several children with them, they still gonna be in your life. Offset's still gonna be a part of her life.
That's what
And that's the father of her child. And she even has one song where she says, look, we went through a rough patch. You know, we were adversaries at one point, but I
She
still
ain't
wish
over-
you the best.
She ain't over him.
We'll see. We'll see. But I think
She-
she's trying
She
to move
did the
forward.
whole album about him.
Look, outside. Outside was the jam.
She
The
is
jam.
not over him. And she having a baby for another dude, for the football player.
Favorite player from your favorite team. He's in my DMs.
What line was that?
That's the quote in Outside.
Oh, God. But
Your favorite player from your favorite team. He's in my DMs.
See, that let you know she ain't over him. That's like revenge.
Look.
Your favorite player from your favorite team. And by the way, he in my DMs.
Let me tell you something. I don't fault her, and I feel her.
But that's like
And-
revenge. Ain't that like revenge?
Let me tell you something. Revenge is real.
And,
Revenge is a
and
real
she having a
emotion.
baby for him.
Catchback is real.
You know, she called something else. She used her back, but she
Oh.
called something.
Let me
Look.
say again in case you didn't hear me. Oh.
Mhm.
Oh.
Well, you think
oh.
about it. She's having a baby for his favorite football, his favorite player
From his favorite team,
In the words of my cousin Harold. Oh.
as they say in the night ward where I'm from, she got her lick back.
Some
She got
was
her
lick.
lick back.
Some was
I'm
lick.
one of them kind of people. I may
I don't
not
know
get
what
my
was being
lick back,
licked.
She said,
today,
smack him,
but
please.
believe me, I'm gonna get my lick back.
Oh, it's
Smack
a couple of
him,
lickings
please.
Going, there was some licking going on somewhere.
Oh, you see, now you taking it to a whole nother
They
level.
was licking. Mm-hmm. Look at this split.
Well, you know, I think that Cardi has been through a lot. I think that I'm happy to see her doing well. I'm happy to see that she has told when she was pregnant on her own terms. I hope people really do out and still support her on her tour. This is a woman who's, you know, really trying to change the life of plenty of people on her staff, and she's taking care of her children. And I hope that she and Offset do work through their issues to be good co-parents together. We'll see how that goes.
They gonna get back together.
No, they're not. They're not getting back together.
Yup.
I don't think she's a swing the block type chick.
She's
but
swinging
we'll
something.
see.
She gonna be swinging.
I don't think she's gonna swing the block on.
She
this
is not
one.
over that boy. She has done a whole
She
album
has
on him.
34 million reasons to be over that boy. I think Offset's
His network.
his network is like $6 million, something like that, and the football players network is $34 million, $35 million. She got $35 million to be over.
But when you're in love, you don't be looking at that money. When you're in love, make you do some crazy things.
What's love got to do? Got to do with it.
That's Ike Turner. That is not Tina.
Yeah, definitely. But you look,
Not trying to be Tina.
I applaud her, and I wish her the best.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be some mess. He ain't over her neither.
Oh, I know he's not. He's given several interviews in the last few months where he's taken accountability for the breakup of their marriage, for what he put her through. He's, you know, basically acknowledged I fumbled, which takes a lot for a man to admit. So, you know, I have to commend him too for taking accountability and trying to do better with respect to his
There's
kids and
gonna
how
be
they
something
co-parent.
else coming out of there. But Nicki Minaj is mad because Cardi got that album that just went straight #1 in 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
That's all that is.
You know, and we should be at a point where we support one another and applaud one another's success and not, you know, have animosity to see somebody else
And talk about
do well.
your kids.
Talked about her kids.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. Have you seen Cardi's sister?
I have. I
She's
have.
beautiful.
Oh, look, they're both beautiful women. Their mother is a beautiful woman. Kids are beautiful kids, and like I said, I really do wish.
And
them
that
the best.
Dominican be coming out, boy. It be coming out. I'd be like, oh, mommy.
One of the things I like about her is she truly keeps it real.
I love the story she told to Gayle King about how she was raised. Because she said, I was never alone. We had 13 of us.
Right.
You know, it was 13 of us. And we always have big families. That's just a part of our culture.
Did you see she was having local beef with a New Orleanian? that went viral.
Tell me about that now. You know the story, so tell me about that.
So, I follow her on social media.
We ain't got to call her name.
I'm
but-
not going to call the
yeah.
names, but I am going to say there was a New Orleanian who is a social media influencer who was on one of Cardi B's lives one evening.
Mhm.
And Cardi B was promoting her new album, and she was selling T-shirts online promoting her new album. And it just so happens, it was a live stream and fans were talking to her while she was selling the shirts. And the 3X shirts sold the first.
Right.
And so the fans started making fun of the fact that all Cardi B's fans must be big backs. Look, the 3X shirts sold first. And so Cardi started joking with them, saying, oh, yeah, I love to eat. And yeah, I got these big back fans. And she was joking with the fans. Well, the local influencer then came on into the chat and basically said that Cardi B was being fat phobic and accused her of bashing fat people. And then the fans started attacking the New Orleanian, who was an influencer.
Mhm.
And so then that New Orleanian went on her platform on TikTok and for several days was bashing Cardi B on her platform.
Wait a
Well,
minute.
Cardi B let it go.
Chantrice then came in. You follow Cardi B?
I do.
You see?
I know she gonna
So
be in
you're
the jail.
aware of this situation?
This is a conversation y'all
Yeah.
gonna have. I ain't got
And
nothing to do with this one.
so at one point, the local influencer made a comment about Cardi B should be the last person to talk about somebody's weight because she has gained weight and she has a bad BBL. Well, the minute she said that, Cardi said, oh, that's the line drawn. And she got on her live feed and she let that New Orleans influencer have it.
You know about this?
I know a little bit about it. I've been busy today, but she's pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant, right. But they didn't know it at the time.
They didn't know.
And so then the mother of that influencer from New Orleans then took to social media to say how upset she was that a person of Cardi B's stature would come after her child and how she felt that Cardi B was bullying her child. And then there was a backlash of some people supporting the mother and some people telling the mother, your daughter was wrong. And Cardi B then coming on live and saying, I apologize to the mother because I hate to see any mother cry over their child being hurt. But I'm still
However,
coming for your child
she's
because
human.
your child was wrong. Right.
And she's human.
And she's human. So we had a little local situation going on with Cardi B.
Why you following her?
Why am I following all that? I just find her to be very interesting.
Y'all like that drama? That's rich people mess. That's rapper mess.
It's rapper mess. But you know what? It just goes to show you that even someone of her stature has weak moments
and has
feelings.
Has feelings.
Yes.
And she's a woman.
Yes.
And we really don't like people talking about our weight.
Right. And I can see that situation from both sides. I really
Yes.
can. But I think as a mom, if it had been one of my girls getting on Cardi's live or posting on social media,
That one
I
now?
think I would have called one of my girls and told them, look, we're not beefing with Cardi B.
Y'all
Pull it
got
down.
a whole bunch in common because if somebody would have came
But
after Jaya,
I'm on the live. I am. I'm coming
she
for
she
them.
coming for you too.
I am.
And it ain't cute. It ain't cute. Y'all got a whole lot of words in common, 4-letter words in
Because
common.
that's your child.
I think y'all
it
probably
hits different.
change.
It hits
It
different.
does hit different when it's your child.
When it's your child.
Oh, you
But
know, I know.
sometimes you
But
have to
sometimes
pull
we
your
have
children
to,
up too.
and we have to take a step back,
Right.
Because what you're thinking in the moment might not be what you're thinking the next day.
All I can
So-
say is, thank God the album was already in the can, and Cardi didn't have a chance to do a song about it. Because
Yes.
some of the songs on the album, she has one called Pretty and Petty or Petty and Pretty. I'm not sure which way it goes.
She's very petty.
And she went after another rapper who she felt had come after her and her children in the most vicious way. I
Yes.
mean, she read her for filth.
I'm sure she
So,
did.
so on my list, on Suzette Bagneris's list of people who I would not want to beef with, I would say Cardi B might be at the top of that list.
But your children not gonna do that because
No.
we don't have those type of girls.
No, I don't
We
think
don't.
my
We
daughters
didn't. My
would do
daughter
that.
wouldn't do that. No,
Right.
she wouldn't. Most of the time, they come for her, and then I have to come for
Yeah, I
them.
ain't worried
But
about
you
that.
know-
I'm worried about y'all too.
My daughter's not a social media
Mine
influencer
is.
either. And really, it did work to her favor in that she ended up getting millions of followers
Followers.
because she was beefing with Cardi B. But I don't think that's
Worth
the way
it.
I would want to go to get the
Followers.
followers.
No, I agree. I agree. Anything you have to say,
I don't have a
Gerard?
word. I just making sure y'all finish with this one because
Yeah, well, you asked, so you know. Tell me
no,
about
I was talking about you. I was talking about you. I clicked on my Facebook page, and for 2 days straight, all I saw was Cardi B. And let me tell you about Cardi B. Boy, Cardi B. Did I mention Cardi B?
Well, look, most people would be really surprised to hear my playlist.
I'm surprised
You know,
that I'm surprised.
Look, we went on a Young Men, Illinois bus trip one time, and they were complaining about the music that was on and said, "Oh, this is old people music. Anybody have something else?" So my husband, to be funny, said, "Oh, why don't you use Suzette's playlist?" And I'm looking at him like, you know, you don't want to put this on in this bus. He said, "Oh yeah, use Suzette's." So he brings my phone up. They plug it in on the bus,
And
and
they
the
started
Omegas
jamming.
on the bus
They
turned
start
and
jamming.
said, "Suzette,
Yeah.
this is your playlist."
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is. I mean,
Yes.
that's just what I enjoy.
We also have a guest. I didn't do the proper introduction, but
It's okay.
that's our little sister sitting over there for all those that are looking on Facebook. Chantrice Dial is in the building, the executor extraordinaire with Concerned Citizens for Better Algiers, and also running home again over on the West Bank in
Yes.
Algiers. How are you, dear?
I'm good, and y'all.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me all
So-
the time.
So it's that time of the year, huh?
Putting on the Ritz.
Explain that to everybody, because I do a terrible job with explaining.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, I do.
You're the
I do.
host. Well, you know.
But I
you're the
like
master
I like
of
to be the host
ceremony,
because y'all
mister
have
of
some fun
ceremony.
over there. Y'all have
We
some
are.
fun.
We're having a lot of fun.
So give us the details.
Well, Putting on the Ritz is gonna the event is gonna be held October the 8th, which is next Wednesday, at Federal City, and it's gonna be very, very pretty on the Ritz. It's gonna be good, like always. We have celebrity guests, we have a band, we have great sponsors. Shout out to Hancock Whitney, one of our title sponsors. As always, we love them. We have Priority Health sponsored. We have a DePaul
Oh, the
Health
yeah.
Center
You got
on the
great
West Bank.
sponsors. Great
On the
sponsors.
West Bank, we partner with DePaul because we have the mobile medical unit at Concerned Citizens on the second and fourth Tuesday of the month.
Mhm.
So it's like a mobile clinic, instead of going to the clinic, it's mobile. Anybody, it's for the community.
One of
Yeah.
the things too that I want you to
Mhm.
explain, but we got to take the break. We got to take the break.
Have to take a break?
Yeah, we
Okay,
have
I'm
to take-
good for
But
that.
one of the things I want to keep this in mind when we come back, and that is
The
kind
reason.
of let's get into what Concerned Citizens does, the influence it has in Algiers, because that's
Okay.
its home base.
That's right.
And trying to give everybody that don't know that don't come across that river
That's right.
that they should know exactly.
They know
what you
about
do.
us, though. You know
But
they know
need to
about
know
us.
a little bit more,
Yeah,
just a little
okay.
bit more. More coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
Yeah.
Real issues, real talk, real solutions. Miss an episode of The Reality Check? You can catch every episode anytime. Search WBOK Media on your favorite podcast app to tap the bold commentary, real-time reactions, and powerful perspectives from the people and leaders shaping our city. Download, share, and rate it 5 stars because the real ones always stay informed.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana companies through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about what the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation does, please visit www.jazzandheritage.org.
the National World War II Museum. Located in the Warehouse District of New Orleans, the National World War II Museum tells the story of America's experience in the war that changed the world, why it was fought, how it was won, and what it means today. Visit them online at www.nationalww2museum.org for time tickets and safety information.
2517 Bayou Road, Chef Sherman Esteem. You talking about great food, great conversations, and definitely great drinks. We sell hookahs and we rent them out. So if you want to have a nice time and smoke your nice hookah, come on down to Nano's Cajun Cuisine and Pastries and have a wonderful time. We will entertain you and we will treat you with happiness and joy. And by the way, on our first and third Saturdays, we always have a block party on Bayou Road. Come and check us out from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Our city thrives when every business has a fair chance. But when it comes to promoting equality, Helena Moreno has been anything but fair. In 2024, Moreno blocked a properly awarded sanitation contract to Black-owned Henry Consulting, giving the deal instead to a political supporter. Moreno opposed extending Richards Disposal's contract after nearly 20 years of service. It cost us $19 million more, all so she could favor a political ally. This year, Moreno refused to renew a 12-year marketing contract with the Black-owned Spirits Group. Moreno even refused permits for 4 Black-owned restaurants to locate in New Orleans East. And when one of the city's most transformative projects went to a vote, Moreno refused to fund the city's share of the 50% Black-owned Bayou Phoenix development. There's a warning. Moreno plays politics. Our city pays the price. Paid for by People for a Better New Orleans PAC.
Vote for Kenneth Cutno. On Saturday, October 11th, a vote for Kenneth Cutno is a vote for lower energy bills, lower sewage and water board rates, affordable housing, decreased crime, and a higher citizen wage. Vote Kenneth Cutno, number 31. For City Council at Large, Division 2, vote Kenneth Cutno.
This measure has been approved by Kenneth Cutno.
Fresh produce, local flavor, and a healthy you. New Orleans East Hospital is hosting a farmers market the last Wednesday of every month from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Join us in the parking lot across from the main entrance. Support local farmers and your wellness. We'll see you there.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. It is Wednesday. Over the Hump Day is in full effect here. My co-host extraordinaire, for those who didn't know and those that don't want to know. Yeah, that's an inside joke.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's an inside joke. Shut your mouth, Wick.
That's a good one. Hello, it's me.
It's me. Hello. Nah. Suzette Bagnaris is in the building. Of course, we got company, so we need to be acting right.
Right.
That's okay. I'm used to it.
Talking about serious business right now.
My little sister, Chantrice Dial, is in the building from Algiers, coming in with the big event, putting on the Ritz, which is going to happen October the 8th.
That's correct.
And it's going to be at Federal City.
Yeah.
And let's talk for a minute here, because I asked you something before we went to break, and that was Concerned Citizens for a Better Algiers. Might be a long title.
Oh, it is a very long title.
But
we
it's
do
an
a lot.
organization that does a lot.
Yes, we do.
Give us the ideas.
We have transitional housing. We have affordable rental units. We have supportive services, which is psychosocial counseling, substance abuse, medical case management. We have rental assistance. We have energy assistance. We house homeless veterans as well as homeless persons living with HIV. We have a TBRA housing voucher. It's kind of like the Hano, like a Section 8 voucher.
Mm-hmm.
We get them prepared for independent living. So they come to our transitional piece. They live there, and we find them housing. So we have a relationship with landlords in Algiers, or just in the EMA, not just Algiers, Jefferson Parish, Orleans, St. Tammany. Mm-hmm. We have like 9 EMAs where we find them housing, and we pay their rent. We pay 70% of their rent. They pay 30% of their rent based on their income. We have a GED program. We have a work readiness program. We got a lot.
Yeah, and the facility is
Yeah,
like
we have,
all that plus
we
a bag of
have,
dips and
yes,
chips.
we have 4 new constructions to add to our profile of 51 units, affordable units on the West Bank. So we have 4 new constructions. We're looking for renters if you all are interested. Those rentals are located on Casa Calvo, 1128 and 1130 Casa Calvo Street in Algiers. We have partnered with DePaul Medical Health Center on the West Bank. We have a mobile unit that's there for the entire community. You can stop by if you're feeling sick, if you feel like you have the flu or anything, blood pressure,
Yeah, I've done several
glucose.
different events.
They do,
with DePaul.
they test everything on the mobile unit. So it's parked outside of Concerned Citizens from 2 to 6 on the second and fourth Tuesday of the month. We got a lot going on.
So
Those are
Concerned
wonderful
Citizens.
services.
Yeah, but qualifications for folks that want to.
For the transitional piece, you have to be homeless.
Okay.
That's the first piece. And then you're homeless and we take you in and then we meet you where you are and we continue to provide the services by having the supportive service piece for the constituent.
And it's not something that, I'll be your first one to tell everybody about you, because one of the things that I know is that I'll call you or you'll call me every once in a while and I pick up the phone. Trees, what's going on? Where you at?
In my office.
I'm still in my office. It'd be 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'm still in my office.
Yes.
Oh, girl, you got to go home. You better get up. I got to get this thing ready, and I got to get it ready by tomorrow.
Yes. And forgive me because I am a little sleepy
She's sleeping
right
now.
now. Yeah, I've been working since 5 this morning, but not just with putting on the Ritz. I mean, the whole operation. And then I just got accepted for the 10K Goldman Sachs at Delgado. So I'm excited about that. Haven't been in a classroom in a very long time. So it's some adjustments, but it's very intense. But I'm learning a lot. I'm trying to just put back into the business, just trying to find different avenues to bring money into the organization instead of just, what's going on federally.
Right.
So
Is that
we're
gonna
just
affect
trying to, it hasn't now, but I'm sure it's going to affect all of us as a whole. Yeah, because you have to keep in mind our housing piece. We have people with the rental piece for Concerned Citizens that we own. It's we have a lot of constituents that's on Section 8. So that's being attacked. By our president. We get federal funding.
Yeah.
We get federal funding from the city of New Orleans that comes from HUD. So we get the hot oil grant and we get the TBRA grant. So all that's coming from federal government. We get the Ryan White program.
Right, with the Ryan White
Our
program.
our Ryan White program has been extended until I think it's like 28th. Yeah, because they need the supportive services. You can't meet a person where they are if you don't have the supportive services. Because the key to keeping homeless persons housed is health, support, as well as housing. So,
and you also provide.
They're trying to do away with transitional housing.
Really?
Yeah.
How? How do they get rid of
They
it?
want us to house them first. That's the new terminology. House first, meaning once they come to the facility, they are ready to be housed.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's what. Yeah, they're trying to place them in housing versus
Is that
transitional
good?
housing. It can be. It can be.
All right.
It's kind of scale.
I know you got to be politically correct with this, but I'm just saying
it's the scale.
It
depends on the individual.
If you had to, I'm not going to try to get you to say nothing bad about it.
Yeah, because I still have to get funding.
I understand.
Funded.
But I'm trying to figure out though, if you come into me and I house you,
yes,
how do they know that they're ready to be housed?
Life skills, job. You have to have a job in order to be housed, because if you come to us homeless and you have no means of paying your electric bill or no means of providing food or just the necessary necessities that we need daily to live,
And
how you gonna make? Yeah, how you gonna?
Somebody's been in jail. There's an adjustment to coming back out.
Yeah, on the street.
In the street.
Yeah. So how in homeless is kind of some homeless people a way of life, because they don't want the responsibility of having a light bill.
So one of the things too that I was going to mention being that I work with Susan Hudson over at the jail,
Mm-hmm.
you know, some of those folks when they get out, they don't have nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up being
Homeless.
But while they're in, they also can get some life skills to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
They can get their, you know, GED.
Same with us over there.
They get all these different
Mm-hmm.
things. They can also get their be able to drive CDLs and all these different
Work
things
readiness
that are there.
programs.
So I'm trying to figure out, would that be something too that could be cohesive between the two different organizations? Meaning that once they get out, could they do that to get a house?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, once they move out, we still have them. Like it's still, we meet them where they are. So once they out and they're living independently in their own home with a job, we continuously go and support them and make sure they staying on track. And then they come back for counseling.
Okay.
You know, once a week, however many times they need it. Because, you know, you have constituents, residents, clients that fall off. I mean, you know, it happens. But we are there to help them get back on track.
And the way that things with the way the economy is going, it ain't gonna be too hard for somebody to be homeless these days.
It's
Well,
not.
also he's trying to make homelessness a crime.
Yes.
So, you know,
Where
being
they
able to-
going?
Right, where are
so
they
you
going?
got to keep transitional housing. So where they going?
It's more important now
it's
than
more
ever.
important, exactly. So I think, you know, we just deal with it on a daily basis, and you know, with it, and each individual have a different story. So you just meet them where they are and just support them.
So your event on Wednesday
My
is a
event is
fundraiser?
on Wednesday. Yeah, my event on Wednesday is a fundraiser. It's annually, and that
It
event
is so fun.
Yeah, it is. And that event brings money back into the agency that's not covered by the grant.
I will definitely be in attendance.
Yeah.
You know what she does? She does not stop me from cutting up.
I don't.
Oh, well, that could be frightening.
It's dangerous.
But I'm still gonna come. I'm still gonna come.
Thank you for coming.
We gonna cut up.
This gonna be your first time coming
It
out.
is so
It is.
fun.
I'm very excited. I'm gonna come.
You're gonna love it. You know,
It
it's
is so
definitely
fun.
rewarding. And we have our residents. They're there. They're part of the event. They help with the event. They support us just like we support them, because without them, it would be no us, and without us, it would be no them. So
And they cheer her on, boy.
Yeah.
She be
I
standing up there
love
like
my
little proud mama.
residents. I do.
They be sitting in the back.
They do anything. Yeah. Because we very supportive. We really do the work in the community. We would love for everyone to support. We would love to see. We would love to see our leaders come. You know,
So how do you get a ticket? How do you get a ticket? A ticket for
you
this
get
event?
a ticket by visiting our website, www.ccfbanola.org, and you can purchase tickets,
You see my face.
sponsorships.
Give them that one more time. That's a lot.
ccfbanola.org. That's
Okay.
easier. ccfbanola.org. And you can call. I'm not going to be quiet.
No, I'm talking about me.
Mm,
Because
no,
I say it for you.
I'm coming. We can say it together.
I'm
I'm at
just
that.
telling
I'm really at that point now.
But
I don't want to hurt my residents, but I'm at that point now.
But
I
for
just
any city leader
that represents District C or represents Orleans Parish,
Y'all need to
it's
be in
no excuse for you not to be in the building, because persons living with HIV, homeless veterans, is who we help. And when you turn your back on the agency, you're turning your back on your voters, which are your constituents.
Let me tell you something. I was
because
reading,
they vote too.
I was reading that the HIV epidemic, I'm gonna call it epidemic,
Let's go
has
there.
really almost doubled
Let's
or
go
tripled.
there. Let's go there. I want to go
in
there.
New Orleans
And
and Baton Rouge.
In our African American
And with community health centers being cut nationwide, we can expect that number to continue to rise.
And let's say why they're not saying anything about it. Let's say why they keep it hush hush, and it's not a big discussion right now with leaders. I mean, we know housing is a big discussion, which is true. We know we need housing. That's the reason why I'm involved with housing as well. But our African American young leaders is not educated on HIV. And the numbers are high from the ages of 13
13.
Jeez.
to
to 26, and in some cases 18 to 34.
And the new one, you know the new one. The new one is your grandma and grandpa is getting busy in the nursing home because somebody done slipped them the little blue pills, and they think that they can just, go up in there, grandma, grandpa, and STDs. All this stuff is not just the young folks.
It's not, but what touches my heart about it's African, it's us. It's affecting us. It's us. African American. It's affecting our young leaders. That's gonna be our coming up leaders. These kids, they have no clue, not even about how to catch it or the ways you can catch it. Like the HIV education in our community is not there. They're not educated at all on HIV. So you don't hear about it because they feel that you have PrEP or the meds now. People are living longer and productive lives. That's for our older and our Caucasian people that, go and research HIV. I had a class. This is why I know this. I had an HIV one-on-one class with my Job 1 students this summer. You would be amazed. They don't know, and I hate to go there, but they don't even know how to protect to even
strap up.
Yes, I didn't want to go there, but yeah, they don't even know how to have protective sex with a condom.
Mm-hmm.
So that touched my heart. I had my niece in there and her friends, and it just was so heartbreaking that these kids are so uneducated on HIV. And we're not saying anything.
That's
but we're
life-threatening.
not saying anything because it's affecting our community. And the leaders are not getting involved in HIV anymore because of the U equals U, undetectable, untransmittable. We have the PrEP pill, and the meds are, there. So you live in. It is, but at the end of the day, who's educating our upcoming leaders, which are our young adults at this point? So after this fundraiser, I plan to, for the new year, I'm going to be more vocal with the young leaders. I'm going to start a podcast with HIV One-on-One from Concerned Citizens because it's touching to me because our young kids need the young leaders, young adults. They need to know. They need to know. And we need to get more involved because it's going to affect our community.
Well, you can count on us. We'll
it's
help.
It's definitely affecting our community.
We'll definitely help as much as we can.
Yeah, it's going to be at the school. I'm going to do a podcast at the George Rainey Educational Building. And that's going to be my goal after I finish the Goldman Sachs in December. I'm going to be more vocal about HIV with our young leaders.
All right, because we are working on some time here, give us all the details. I know you already got the lineup, so what's going on?
Oh, God, that's all the time I have. I thought we were going to get juicy. I thought we was going to talk about some other.
Yeah, I tried to get you involved in the Cardi B, but she was like, I don't talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Look, she can talk.
I do want to tell everybody. I want to tell everyone that it's so important to vote.
But she ain't going to get in no political conversation.
I'm not, but it is important to vote.
Mm-hmm.
We have to vote. And, I'm a big fan of letting the people pick,
their leaders.
Their leaders.
You see me shaking my head.
I'm big on that. So, I just want to say that on the, it's not, it's just let the people pick who they want to represent them.
I just know that after you get off the air, your phone going to ring ringing. And they gonna be like, I can't believe you told somebody.
My mic sound like it's not on.
It's on.
Okay.
It's definitely on.
So I want to say this, whoever win and whoever the leaders in the community pick, we all have to come together as one. We do.
We have too many issues.
We have
to
too
not
many
do
issues
so.
not to come together as one. I mean, back in the day, I'm just gonna be transparent here. I mean, hey, my mama was for Ray, and I was for Mitch, and we ran. We was tearing each other up.
Yeah, y'all tearing each other up.
Everybody have their own, their own candidate.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever wins is who the people picked. So at that point, we all have to work together. We have to stop discriminating on who we're going to work with and help in the community because that person did not endorse or that person did not vote for me. That is just really, really, really disheartening. It is. And I had to say that.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And I'm not being,
It's an important message.
It's an important message. It really is. It really is. I am so tired of.
You early voted or you going to vote?
I'm voting tomorrow.
You are early voting.
I'm going to Algiers Courthouse tomorrow and I'm voting.
I early voted this week.
Yeah, I'm going to go
And I think
tomorrow.
it's just very important to get
It's
that
very
vote.
important. And have
you voting for who?
I'm voting for who I feel like who I want to vote for.
No.
You know, I have my own mind.
Who that is?
And, well, I'm going to say this.
Don't let him box you.
I don't hold grudges. You know, I'm voting for even if a person, they don't even have to step foot in 1417 Nunez. But if they're doing the work, even if they outs me out and they're doing the work and I feel like they're going to be good for the position, I'm voting for them because I have no reason not to. I'm not that type of person.
Okay.
You know. So.
All right. Algiers in the building.
I can't say nothing else. I love it on
We
here.
get ready to do our political conversation. I know you're going to be running up out of here.
I don't want to run up out of here.
Look, you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to stay. But
You
we're
want to
about
stay
to
in that
talk about
political
a
conversation?
Right.
I don't know. Let's see.
Don't
But
go
in
nowhere.
the meantime,
don't go nowhere because you're on camera.
I want to
I just want
invite.
to let you know you on camera.
It doesn't matter.
And
I'm
when
not
we get into
hiding from anyone.
Okay, but when we get into the political conversation, we're going to see you get up.
Okay, that's fine.
Go
But
to
let's
the
go back to putting on the Ritz. It's going to be October 8th, which is Wednesday, coming up at Federal City. It starts at 5:30. You can definitely purchase tickets at www.ccfbanola.org. You can call us at 504-362-1066. And we would love to see you all in the building supporting the work that we do in Algiers.
And I'm going to be the host.
And Gerard is going to be the host. We have great
Along with
entertainment, great food. We have Dwight Eubanks from the Atlanta Housewives and Married to Medicine is going to be in the building doing the decoration. Also, the celebrity guests. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of other people come through there. It's election time.
Yeah, it's election time. And we'll introduce them all.
I'm like the preachers, though. Don't just come to my facility when it's time to be elected. Come help our people.
All right.
So true.
Thank you all, and thank you all for supporting concerned citizens.
You stay here?
I stay for a little while until I feel like I need to sneak out.
We got to take a
But
break.
let's make a disclaimer.
All
Just
right,
because I'm
hold on.
here, that don't mean I'm voting for whoever you're talking about.
All right, we got to take a break. Go ahead.
That's right. It's party time each and every Sunday night at 7 p.m. on WBOK. It's the Throwback Throwdown with DJ Wick as he brings you the best in old school from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the early 2Ks. Plus, the party goes to another level at 9 p.m. with the Throwback Throwdown Party Mix to round out the night. It's the Throwback Throwdown Sunday nights at 7 p.m. on WBOK and on the World Wide Web at WBOK1230.com.
A message from the community scientist. Do you live or work in St. James, St. John, St. Charles, Ascension, Calcasieu, Baton Rouge, or St. Bernard Parish? You may be exposed to harmful chemicals like phthalates, BPA, and flame retardants found in everyday products but linked to serious health risks. That's why the Community Scientist, a program of Rise St. James, brings you clear, science-based facts that protect your health and our environment. Stay informed, stay empowered. Visit risestjames.org today.
Hi, this is Cary Grant. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events and sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join us every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Cary Show.
The NAACP New Orleans branch invites you to our 2025 Freedom Fund Banquet and Awards Ceremony, a night to uplift and celebrate. Join us Saturday, November 1st from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Xavier University's Center Grand Ballroom. Through your support, dollars fund scholarships, youth programs, and vital community projects. It's keeping the struggle to preserve civil rights current and vigorous. For tickets and information, call 504-460-7765.
If someone asks,
Yeah!
let them know you listen to WBOK. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
I got hit. I need a personal injury attorney.
I know a few. I know a few.
I need a
If it gets too hot in the kitchen, I am gonna kind of.
you need to put your what do you call them? Your apron on, and let's get to cooking.
We're gonna time it. How long is it gonna be before Chantrice walks out?
I give her 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm here for it. I want to hear.
I'm sure
It's
you
interesting.
are. Okay.
You're gonna frame it. You want me to frame it? What we gonna do?
We're gonna frame it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just don't hurt my constituents and not fund us because I'm just in the building. Because
We gonna tell it like she the one that gave us the topics to talk about.
Okay, let's see. Let's go.
First one I got to get to.
Okay.
Today, Teddy went and addressed the city council. And baby, she let them have it. Have it. She let them have it. She told them, when I brought y'all this city budget, it was to the T, meaning balance.
Balance.
There was nothing that you could have said. I hope she's listening right now. Somebody need to call her. Go ahead on and I'll have to text her. Y'all text her and tell her that we're talking about. You gonna text her? Text her, let her know that we're talking about. I was standing up in the floor. I said, oh, stupids. Because they were sitting there looking like this. Well. And she was pointing at them. She said, I came here and I addressed the city budget issue with you all. This city budget was to the T. I said, get him, Teddy. Teddy talking about the T. That was me just saying.
That was just you.
Okay. Teddy talking about the T. She said that the city budget was done and everything was balanced. And then she hit him. She kicked him in the nudes.
What did she say?
She said, and then there was $40 or $50 million that was added to this budget, and it was done by you, the city council. I'm talking to y'all.
So she held him accountable.
She held them accountable. You could hear a rat peeing on cotton.
Oh, wow. I missed that
I was like, get him, Teddy. Get him. I said, get him, Teddy. You ain't going to.
No, I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not going to join in. But go ahead.
I thought you were going to join in.
No, you're doing a great job.
Okay.
You're doing a great job.
I would like
He's
to
showing off.
join in.
I will join in. I will join in. See, I wasn't aware that she had addressed
She
the city
addressed
council.
them today. They kept that quiet. You didn't hear that on the news. There was no special presentations. There was no promo saying that the mayor is going to address them about the budget today.
Right.
But nobody knew that this budget.
Oh, they didn't come out and say what they normally say when it's they flash it.
Coming up today at noon, we'll hear comments from
right
the mayor as she addresses the city council about the budget. There was none of that on nobody's station.
Wow.
No, I had no idea that was going on today.
You texted?
I did.
All right. Good job. Because I was waiting for it. Because remember, too, in this budgeting process, the city council was like all in her behind about her travel. And she was like, y'all can do whatever you want to, da-da-da-da. And they were trying to restrict her travel. And one of the issues was if they didn't give the Orleans Parish School Board $30 million, they were going to restrict her travel. And she said, we don't have the money. And they were like, oh, no. And they restricted her travel, trying to stop her from traveling.
But one doesn't have anything to do with the other.
Well, they're trying to say that, if you can't pay the money to the school board for the children,
right,
then you shouldn't be able to use all this money going different places on the people's dime. But I'm just like, we're not talking $30 million in travel. She could buy a plane for that. So I'm trying to figure out how was the comparison. That's one. Nobody ever questioned the city council about how much money they were spending. And now I'm thinking everybody's coming up with, because we immediately said, that needs to be an audit. There needs to be an audit so we'll know where all this money going. Where is it going? I can guarantee you it's some pretty big bills there, because I'm trying to figure out how come the budget chair, the vice president, and the president of the council did not know that they were over budget. Nobody knew?
That's a very good question. That's
You trying to
it's
tell
not
me
a little bit over budget. It's a lot
you're
over
talking
budget.
about almost $100 million over budget.
a lot of money.
You're trying to tell me that you're supposed to be the responsible persons for this budget, and y'all didn't know? How the hell y'all gonna damn tell me what to do? How the hell y'all gonna tell me where I supposed to spend my money? You all gave a 80% increase for trash, and I can't get my damn street fixed.
Well, there's a lot more to this story, though, Gerard, because what we're looking at right now is a city that had been living off of one-time federal pandemic dollars. And now that safety net is gone. And the 2026 forecast is already $20 million lower than the 2025 forecast. So the city is running a $104 million deficit in 2025. Add to that a projected $65 million hole in the fund balance, and the numbers tell us we're heading into very dangerous territory in terms of being able to provide city services. So what's troubling isn't just the size of the deficit, but the lack of clarity around how we got here. The administration first said most of the $73 million in overspending was tied to extraordinary events like the Bourbon Street truck attack, the Super Bowl, Mardi Gras, and the January blizzard. But now we're told those events only accounted for $8 million of the deficit. So that leaves $60 million of a gap that no
That's a
one
big
can
gap.
clearly explain how we lost $65 million. So when taxpayers see the numbers changing like that, it kind of erodes public trust. So for residents, you know, the simple question is, how is that going to affect me? Well, the answer is it could mean fewer city services. It could mean longer waits for permits. It could mean fewer police on the street. It could mean new taxes. It could mean new fees. And every time City Hall overspends, families and businesses are the ones that are asked to pay it.
Right.
So, you know, how do you lose a $65 million worth of funding? Where is it? Where did it go? And why didn't they know that there were going to be $65 million?
And you're supposed to be the fiduciary, responsible entity telling me about my money.
Right.
Inquiry
All right.
mind's going to want to know.
Not only that, but didn't they try to take over several city services departments like street work and say, hey, we want to make sure that y'all spending the money correctly?
Yeah. I mean, you know, and at the end of the day, this is the kind of thing that requires transparency and honesty. You know, people can accept tough decisions if they trust the numbers. But if you can't trust the numbers, none of us can plan. I mean, there are businesses who plan on getting funds from the city to operate their businesses. You know, federal flow-through dollars come into those businesses.
I am one of those.
Right. So how can they plan their own budget if they can't depend upon the money coming through the city to them to help support their businesses? So what they won't accept is moving targets and disappearing explanations. New Orleanians deserve to know where the money went,
right?
Why it went there, and how City Hall is going to fix the problem.
I think they're trying to keep this quiet.
Right. How are they going to fix the problem without asking struggling families and small businesses and nonprofits that depend upon them to carry an even heavier burden?
So the first thing that the mayor said today was, I came down here, but I didn't come by myself. I brought every city department, the directors with me, and we all are getting ready to take a hit in our departments because we got to straighten this thing out. And we are chipping away at these budgets to show restraints that we can get this thing fixed for the remainder of this year and for 2026. Because you got to remember something. It's budgeting time.
It is.
So you're actually starting the budgeting process off with a $65+ million deficit.
Yeah.
So you know who's gonna have to pay for it.
Well, I mean, we need more talk about that. We need more transparency about that, because when City Hall talks about deficits and fund balances, it can sound abstract, but here's the reality. Every dollar cut or every dollar misspent eventually lands on the hardest working families in New Orleans and the small businesses and the nonprofits.
And it's just like the old saying, you know, it's like when City Hall gets a cold, we get the flu.
It's not just numbers on paper. It really does affect essential services and the ability to run your own business if you're dependent upon the city's help.
All right, we got to take a break. News is coming up next, and we'll take some telephone calls too. Mr. Elmore, hold on. 504-582-9422 is my number. More coming up next.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Tammy Eswick with BIN News Now.
There are hundreds of thousands of federal workers who are getting their furlough notices.
While the feds gear up for shutdown mode, Black Maryland Governor Wes Moore says he's ready to support his state's needs by supporting those on Medicaid and SNAP, helping out with Head Start programs, and making sure veterans maintain access to the things they need. Louisiana's Republican governor has officially asked President Donald Trump to send 1,000 troops into the state. Some lawmakers say the deployment will enhance public safety, but Black New Orleans Congressman Troy Carter says crime is already down, and using military as a political tool to score points on cable news is a bad idea. Lastly, Time magazine just unveiled its 2025 list of the world's biggest rising stars. And guess who's on this year's list?
It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees.
Congratulations, Glorilla. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. I got, let's see, rapper 1 and 2 up in the building,
That
y'all.
was a little jam.
Mr. Elmore.
Yes.
Mr. Elmore?
Yes,
That's a
sir.
good
How you
name,
doing
though.
today?
What's going on?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, again, you know, I've said this more than I want to say, and I really do want to say that transparency. Thank God we have someone like you and Ms. McNair, because y'all really give us a good understanding. Even people that's not lawyers, they're not lawyers, a good basic understanding how everything works. But I'll say this: the councilman, listen, that's some very smart people up there. They ain't dummies, no dummies. They're gonna say what they need to say when they need to say it, and they gonna dummy up on things they don't want you to know. So I'm not gonna give them no pass like they're stupid. They're very smart people. They play the games that they need to play, and I really believe that Ms. Wagner is an off agreement. I think some folks, not yourself, you're a very smart young lady, and I'm sure if you was up there, you'd be very intelligent and want the people to know. But I think sometimes you have people in those type of positions, they think people like ourselves are stupid people, and they really don't think we pay attention, and they don't really think we know. But, you know, they are so smart. I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, Gerod, but I think I'm as smart as an average Joe in the sense where I do pay attention, I do listen, and I ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, I always tell y'all when I'm on this show, it's important to follow the money. Okay? So you got to read the city budget. You got to see where the money's going. You got to see who's benefiting from it and who is not. So this is one step in the process. But, you know, New Orleans is just not facing a deficit. We're kind of facing a crisis of trust. Because if the city overspends $73 million, but only $8 million has been explained, that leaves $65 million unaccounted for. And when City Hall can't even explain where the money went, it's the people who pay the price. So that's the problem.
And I totally agree with you with that. I think the thing that bothers me, and I'm not picking or pointing fingers at anybody, particularly not on the radio. Not that I can't, but you know, the city council is very important because you represent the people. You represent your districts and all. And maybe they don't want to touch any toes in any particular way because they don't want no finger pointed at them. But you shouldn't be. You should, if you don't have high standards and morality and ethics. You should be in those leadership type roles, represent your constituents. So it's really kind of bad, man. You know, I just every time I look at something positive, I see something negative what's going on in the city, and I'm hoping and praying we'll go in a new direction. Hopefully, you know.
But I just don't understand how you introduce a whole bunch of pomp and circumstance in a maybe even a city to state budget when we start talking about all the different things that come here. And I get tired of hearing after we have a big major event, when we have the Super Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, you got what's her name came here and did this big tour. We got all these different things that have happened in the city. Then later on in the week or the week after, you hear that the city or that there was a $300 million bang to the economy here for New Orleans and all this other stuff. And I'm saying to myself, I think that that's the wrong verbiage. It's the ones that that got their hand out, that know that this is going to bring this type of money. It's the businesses that are in that corridor of the French Quarter to the convention center. It's the ones that you want to make money, but then the different parts of the city, which would be New Orleans East, Lakeview, Algiers, all those different parts of the city, which makes us feel like we're not even included in the surplus.
You're forgotten.
Right. So if we're not included into that $300 million dollars that came into, and we're looking around and everybody's like, wow, ooh, 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 I don't want to hear that. I want to hear how the city itself completely benefits from what has come to town. Because for it to happen, it's my dollars that's also included. It's your dollars that's also included. You had a governor that said, oh, we don't want everybody to see Taylor Swift. We don't want Taylor Swift to see how the city really is with the homeless population. So you take all those homeless people and put them out on France Road with a tent or a building that you get your buddy to get a $16 million contract to fix it up for the homeless people. Where is it now? They left it. $16 million. But I'm trying to figure out, if we got all this money that goes into our city budget, how are we really spending it, and who is the responsible person? Because I know that Jeruso is supposed to be the chair for the budgeting committee. I know that the city council president and vice president are the ones that usually make the final votes and then want to talk about everybody and they mom when they come up to the part of who's spending what. I never forget Eugene Green sat there in front of the sheriff when the sheriff said, hey, I got this going on, and the words that came out of Eugene Green's mouth, which I was very surprised to hear, and I know it's election time there, buddy, so you ain't got to call me later, was the fact that he said, well, I got to pool money. I don't want to be pulling money from nowhere to give it to you. Hell, why not? You pulled it from somewhere else, and you agreed to it, and you signed it.
But a $16 million temporary solution for homelessness doesn't make dollars and cents. They could have given that $16 million to Concerned Citizens for a Better Algiers, and she could have built permanent housing to address homelessness.
Yep.
So, we need to make smart decisions with how we spend our money. And $16 million on a temporary solution
and could have paid
does
for the
not make good dollars and cents.
And could have paid for gave you money for their lights instead of putting lights on a bridge that changed color that we're spending $1 million a year on for the next 10 years. What kind of crap is that? Oh, it's beautiful. I'd rather have money than to sit up there and say we decorative. That's all it is, decorative
I would
lighting.
rather solve social justice issues than to put lipstick on a pig. And to me, lights on the bridge is kind of lipstick on the pig.
Yep.
When we have social justice issues like reentry, like transitional housing, like HIV education, like all the things that,
veterans.
That veterans. Exactly. Fixing the streets. There's so many other things that this city is in dire need of that putting lights on the bridge just wasn't something that we really need.
I was thinking about getting another vehicle. I changed my mind very quickly because some of these streets. You're going to tear the undercarriage of your car up. So I was like, nah, no need. I'm not getting a car. I'm going to stay with the truck. You need a 4-wheel drive vehicle around here. But let's take some of these calls.
All right, Mr. Elmore.
All right, brother. All right, buddy.
Talk to you in a minute. Let's see. Miss Rachel?
I'm here, baby.
How you doing?
How you doing there today?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Thanks for asking. I love this discussion that we're having. I love the candid nature of the answers that we're getting for this. What's going on with y'all?
We're doing well. We're doing well. We're trying to just find the money. We're trying to find $65 million. That's a lot of money to lose. I know if I had lost $65 million, I'd be looking for it with a flashlight. So I hope that's what they're trying to do.
You know, it's we got all kind of investigations that's due about the misuse of funds. We know that. We know that we have a serious problem with that. What I'm thinking about as far as solution, y'all, really has to do with the ways that we manage the people that manage. And that has to do with real discussions on priorities. You know, we could have used that money for a whole lot of other things. We could have paid them people in Press Park, you know, for the families that's been dying of cancer and everything else. You know, it's a whole lot of stuff that we got to make up for. We owe the money to the school board. You know, there's a lot of ways that we could spend that. But we really got to have better discussions about what we do with funding. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a small business owner, born and raised in the city of New Orleans. I'm a lot older than I sound, all right? So that said, we really got to think about the kind of discussions we have and not be afraid to ask the kind of questions that's going to get us the right answers. You know, many times we can't face ourselves when it comes to facing the problems that we have. And that means avoiding the questions that are actually going to confront us about the things that we fall short on, too.
Can I ask you a question,
and our
Ms. Rachel?
contributions to a better economy. Go right ahead, baby.
You said you're a small business owner?
Mm-hmm.
What's your business?
Well, I'm Turnkey Collaborative, LLC. By occupation, I'm an organizational developer. I help small businesses, nonprofits, and institutions grow.
Wouldn't it have been good if somebody could have separated some of that money and put it in a fund for small businesses that need help or might need some funding?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, small business advocacy is my life. You know, doing the work of making sure that there are opportunities available for people who do support their families through their own work is vital. And, you know, y'all know this is the backbone. Small business is the backbone of New Orleans.
Yep.
And that comes in all forms. That's the ones that's got storefronts. That's the ones that work from home. That's the one that provides professional services. It's also our merchants and entrepreneurs that we see in food trucks and along our streets, and, you know, those who actually recently been locked out of more opportunity to provide for their families because of permitting restrictions. So this is what I do. These are the people that I support.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, if it's all right, Gerard, I wanted to tell y'all about something that I've organized in collaboration with Main Squeeze and Lakeview. By the way, Main Squeeze and Lakeview is the only Black-owned Main Squeeze store in the franchise right now. So the one in Lakeview is the one that we need to be supporting.
Okay. Very good. All right, Miss Rachel, let me take these other calls because I got everybody holding on. I appreciate you, though.
I'll hold.
Thank you much. Yeah.
So the money was found, y'all.
Oh, yeah? Where was the money?
Alvin, hold on.
The money was found.
We're going to talk about that. I know what that means. Alvin.
What happened there, G?
What's going on?
Oh, not much. Hello, Miss Bagnaris.
Hello, how are you?
We good. So, yeah, G, so the station that we wasn't supposed to be watching because they fire our weatherman, it's the only station that I can get when I'm on the road. So that particular station did happen to show the mayor. And the funny part about it is
She lit it up, though, didn't she? She lit it up.
Huh?
She lit it up. I was very happy she did. And I was very happy that she stood there and pointed at those folks to let them know, I'm talking to the council.
It was you.
It was you. And that's what she did. She said, it was you. I was like, get him, Daddy.
But, you know, we've been talking about having equal energy. I mean, they came after her for misappropriating funds or misusing funds. Well, now, look, you're doing something. Let's shine the light the same way. Let's have the same energy. Let's
Yes.
give them the same energy they gave her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got to hold people accountable no matter what their position
Which,
is.
which leads to my point when we asking where some of this money went. So, Mr. Red Bottoms, how much did them? We never got a figure on what them lawyers cost that you kept losing in court, trying to do and hold the mayor back from traveling. How much did that cost? Because I know Ms. Bagneris is a lawyer, so I know she has a pretty good idea, and I know it ain't no couple of thousands of dollars.
So I have a question.
All right.
How many times have we sat here on this radio station talking about different issues that we ended up funding? I know we sat here and we talked about the $30 million that was going to the school board, but nobody said anything about the $36 million that was missing. And we were trying to figure out why is the city council advocating for $30 million to go to the school board when they have not told us what happened to the $36 million. That's number one.
Thank you.
Number
two,
one,
smoke screen.
I think I sat here and I read this whole project about Charity Hospital being taken over by, I think that's over by Tulane, and they requested that the city give them
additional money.
How many millions? I think it was like 30, 40, 50 million.
Smoke screen.
And the whole project to rehab Charity.
That sounds like $65 million we just found.
But think about something. The project is $655 million, and they want us to give them some of our money to go toward rehabbing the project. And I was like, wait a minute. That's a pea in a bucket. And I said, that's even before you're telling me that this project is going to go and then you're going to reach the threshold of this $655 million project. And how long?
Smoke screen.
Because you know,
Smoke
just like I
screen.
do, because you've done this before. When you
And when
building
we talk-
something, and it takes a long period of time, which we know if you building a new charity, that's going to take years. So
And
you're
change
talking
order.
about an increase of how much construction costs, supplies, and everything else is going to cost you with the new tariffs and all that. So you're going to end up with a project that's $655 million, probably $700 and more.
Exactly. Smoke screen.
So I was trying to figure out why are we giving them money from Tulane? Why are we giving money to Tulane? They rich.
And we said that on this station, G, and we were saying this about this whole year, and we kept telling people that spooked their back by the door. I'm talking to you now. We were telling you that this was a smoke screen. So now, get to the next point. If we're going to talk about, according to the news article, with all due respect, and we're going to talk about Delicia's boy, Mr. Propane can't handle finances, why are we not going to talk about Hell No Moreno and Mr. J.P. Morrell, Mr. Red Bottoms, about not being able to appropriate funds the right way and to do what they're supposed to do?
And why give it
But
to
no,
the private entities?
y'all was trying to change the charter and change other stuff. Smoke screen. So you spook by the door and you fly by, listen right now. This is what it looks like when a smoke screen is no longer here.
So I'm looking for somebody from the city to call and tell us where the money went. And did the legislative auditor find it yet?
They found it.
Cause we gave another contractor 15 or 16 million more dollars to pick up trash once a week.
All I'm going to say is I wish I had been the lawyer
I know.
that they
He got paid
to do all that
Thank
work coming after Cantrell, because it seems
Thank
like
you.
that lawyer could retire tomorrow. So
$800K?
I think you all should look for
They paid me
the legal fees
$800K in
paid
legal fees.
by the city council to go after
Yes.
the mayor, and whether or not that was a wise expenditure of city funds. And shouldn't that have been discussed in an open forum on the council where the public could be made aware of the amount of money that was being spent on those fees? And I'd love to know what law firms benefited from that.
They spent $800,000.
And don't talk about putting an amendment on the
$800,000
agenda.
on legal fees is what I'm told.
$800,000. And you ain't getting
And don't forget
I
about
didn't get
the
none of
money
it.
that
I'm letting you know
was
right
put
now,
forward
Suzette
to get
Bagneris
them to
didn't get
change
none of it.
You ain't getting nothing.
I was on this air for the
That's
free,
why I
for the
wanted to
free
stay.
99.
You was
talking
trying-
about
you
it.
was trying to get the
so I
U-Haul.
could hear
I
all
was
of
going to
this.
get the U-Haul. I was going to help her move out the Pontalba. I had my girls back. I was going to help her move. But Zach
just like
get
Mr.
none of the
Elmo
money.
said, but y'all do stuff thinking we not paying attention.
Damn.
And thinking we not
You're supposed to
listening.
get some
And
of that.
thinking we just over here just spewing stuff because we just mad. No, we not mad. What I said the other day when hell no wouldn't come. It's all about accountability because accountability begets sustainability.
The energy needs to be equal. The way they went after her and talked about her misuse of funds, now it's their turn. Because clearly someone has misused some city dollars for us to be $65 million in a hole going into the 2026 budget. So
and if
I
one
want
and
you
two
to keep
on
that
the
in
council
mind.
becomes 1 or 2 in the executive department, you best believe it's going to get hidden even further under the blanket.
Well,
That
everyone
can
needs
is
to
gonna
keep
get
this
kicked
in
down the
mind
road.
when they go out to vote.
Thank you.
Okay? Because if you cannot be a good steward in your current position, what makes
'Cause it
you
was
think
you.
you're going to be a better steward in another position, in an elevated position?
We need to know
Because
those
it was
law firms.
you. It was you that added 60 million, 50 million to the budget. I
Yeah, but
gave you a
$800,000 to
budget
law
was
firms
balanced.
that just went after the mayor.
New Orleans, we have a problem.
We do.
And
We have
we
a big
let
problem.
them do that. They agreed to do that.
Well, we were not told what the budget was for the legal fund utilized to chase down the mayor's actions and use of money. No one was
Because
told
Mr.
that.
Stevens
And what about
what
the
was that money?
the
was
private
that
folks,
amount?
the private detectives and stuff that were out there? Oh, oops.
Oops.
Gerard is
Well,
a
I just, look, I want the playing field to be level, and I want everyone to be held to the same
Everything
standard
has
of
to be fair.
accountability. Exactly.
It has to
Now,
be fair.
and in closing, we do understand one part of the budget that we had no control of that went over, which we understand. That was January 1st.
Yes,
We
the
understand
Bourbon
that.
Street truck attack was something that the city had to respond to.
Yeah.
The snow blizzard was something the city had to respond to.
But everything else?
Everything
suspect.
else?
Smoke screen.
Right.
All right, we got to roll.
Smoke screen. All right, now.
All right, Al. Thank you, brother. We'll take the break here. We'll come back. More in
I'm
just a minute.
enjoying this.
I'm happy to stay.
He-
It's always spicy. I'm telling you, we get into spicy
Yes,
stuff.
I'm enjoying this.
So spill it. Wait a minute.
I'm getting it. I'm on the air.
No.
We're making sure.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. The banking industry is working hard to try to earn the trust of black households. Research from the McKinsey Institute for Black Economic Mobility shows that avoiding banks is costing black families money and could be a key contributor to the racial wealth gap. That's why firms like Greenwood could make a big difference. It's a black-owned financial institution helping to bring more black families into banking, and it's reinvesting in the black community. Ryan Glover is co-founder and chairman of Greenwood and talked to me about some of the creative ways his firm gives back.
When our members create an account through Greenwood, it provides essentially 5 meals to a food insecure family through Gooder. Each time you make a purchase, Greenwood rounds up the spare change to support HBCUs through the UNCF.
Glover's Greenwood co-founders are rapper and activist Killer Mike and former Atlanta mayor and U.S. Ambassador Andrew Young. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Missed a show? Want to hear that guest everyone's talking about? WBOK is now streaming on all your favorite podcast apps. Just search WBOK Media, hit download, share with a friend, and don't forget to rate your favorite shows 5 stars. Because when our voices are heard, our impact grows.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Parents, mark your calendars. Benjamin Franklin High School invites you to their open house Thursday, October 30th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Katherine Johnson campus. Discover why Franklin is a state leader in Ivy League admissions, with 90% of students earning college credit, over 50 clubs, and more than 40 electives to choose from. Come see how Franklin has been fostering futures since 1957. Don't miss it. Benjamin Franklin High School's open house, October 30th, 5 to 7 p.m. Learn more at bfhsla.org.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Yes, indeed. She having more fun than we are.
This is interesting.
All right, folks, welcome back to the program. The conversation piece today. The attorney is in the building. We are glad that you are back with us, by the way. I just want to throw that out there.
I'm very happy to be back.
Oh, baby, don't leave. Baby, come back. Ain't that a song?
Look, now more than ever, we need people to talk about important issues that impact the community.
And joining in on the conversation, we have Chantrice Dow. She's in the building. You having more fun than we are.
I'm just getting educated here. I'm learning a lot today.
Let's take some of these calls. We got folks that's hanging on. Galloway!
Brother Gerod, what's going on, my brother?
How you doing?
And good evening to the two ladies that you have here, and shout out to the lady in Algiers for looking out for the veterans that are unhoused.
Thank you.
I salute you and thank you so much. I'm a 20-year career military man, but I got something to say today. Shout out to the New Orleans Tribune. They have their endorsements out. They have endorsed Oliver Thomas for mayor. Uh-oh. See, the black press is even split. You got one black press endorsed Royce. Now the Tribune has endorsed OT. But I got a question for you. And first of all, I'm gonna tell you this. Y'all talking about money. I know where them $60 million are not. Not in my pocket.
They ain't in your
but
pocket.
I want to know. No, sir. I still fly Spirit Airlines. If I had that type of money, I would be flying Delta first class on one of them 747s wherever I go. But check this out. The city has a $40 million citywide public safety improvement plan. Was that in the budget?
The plan itself?
Yes.
I think that plan was that with the what do you call those? The Homeland Security plan?
Yes. Was that added to the budget, or was that already included?
I think that was
the budget?
included when the budget was passed to the council on last year.
Okay, because you know them archer barriers, they cost anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 a piece.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
And though we've had those, they were not being utilized. As a matter of fact, they were actually found in a
warehouse.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
When that subject
I know some folks that'll come and get them things. Y'all better be careful now. I'm just saying, 30 to 50,000, because Austin, Texas needs something like that. But I want to tell you this: this whole debacle was started by, I call them the three amigos. You already know who number one is. Helena Moreno. Number two, her sidekick, JP, and Sidney Torres. They have purposely let this city go to the wayside in order for the average person that walks around to blame the mayor. See, city council does get no fault at all. when you go to the city council meetings, I told them the worst thing city council could ever do was actually live stream their city council meetings. You know what they're doing in city council meetings? Playing on them cell phones, playing in their hair, not paying attention. Some of them getting up and walking up out of there. That's your problem, New Orleans. You want to put everything on that mayor, but your city council is purposely messing you over so you can blame the black woman.
Oh, but I'm glad what she did though. She didn't take that. She went to them. She didn't just come down out of her office. She went to them and addressed them. She didn't even sit down at the desk. She was behind the glass, just like the regular person.
This one doesn't land on the mayor's feet.
Not at all.
Okay, this one
Not
lands on the city council's feet.
Yes, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is the mayor's fault. Y'all got to hear me.
I
This is
heard
the city
you.
council who's doing it.
I hear what you're saying. We agree with you.
But I'm just glad that she did not take this and let it land on her. She stood in front of the microphone with the cameras rolling this morning, and she said, I want to say it verbatim, but I was sitting up there cheering her on so much I didn't hear all of it because I was so loud. But she looked at them and said, when I brought you this budget, it was balanced to the T. There was nothing in there that was anything that you couldn't say it wasn't balanced. You all added $65 to $70 million to this budget. And you all I'm talking about is the city council. You're the ones that added that to the. You could hear a rat peeing on cotton.
And I'm so glad she did that. And I hope radio stations like yourself and other people will listen. Because all you hear now is Petey don't care. Petey do this. Petey do that. While that city council gets away with, plain and simple, murder. Hey, Helena, no offense when you killed that person when you was driving, but y'all get away with murder. So this is a big problem in this with the average voter. They do not understand that the city council is in charge of the budget. They think the mayor does everything. I'm like, what civics class have y'all been in? Apparently none. So that's why these folks are walking around here acting like they are so squeaky clean and everything falls on Mayor Contreras. And I'm sitting here like, no. Have you seen yourself at the city council meeting? Why you sitting on there playing on the phone and then you answer one question or ask a question and then you got to get up because you got some prior engagement? You know when there's a city council meeting. So how you can't schedule your meetings around that? Think about that for a minute. But that's all I got to say today.
I got
and
you,
once
my
again,
brother.
that money is not in my pocket. If it is, trust me, I'd be on an island by myself. Have a good day, Brother Gerard.
All right, Galloway. Thank you, brother.
No mistake about it. This one does not lay on the mayor's feet. This one lays on the city council's feet. The New Orleans City Council plays a central role in the city's budgeting process. The mayor proposes a budget, but it does not become law until the city council debates it, amends it, and adopts it. This makes the city council the final gatekeeper before spending priorities are locked in.
This ain't no gatekeeper.
So-
That look like that gate was wide open.
Yeah, so this one they cannot blame on Mayor Cantrell.
And they talking about the escapees running out the door.
The money ran out the door.
The money ran out the door.
$65 million ran out the door.
Mr. Bill.
Good afternoon to you and your lovely guests.
How you doing, brother?
I wanted to get back to you with that voter mail-in situation right quick. I had a Allen 2 cent snap on an envelope. Went to the post office today, and it needed an additional 78 cents.
Dang.
I thought it might be 10, 15, maybe even 20 cents. But 78 cents was what was what I was told, and the mail workers in there saying, yeah, a number of people are coming in with that envelope and find it hard to believe it's 78 more cents. You have the ballot itself, ballot security envelope, certificate envelope, official ballot return envelope. Three envelopes plus the ballot itself, and
to vote.
Whatever a regular snap is, you need 78 cents more.
My mother is
across town.
85, and she was telling me about this morning and about how difficult they're making it, for senior citizens to vote by the process that has been put together to be able to vote, by mail. So I think it's by design.
It is.
This is the first time this particular alignment setup has come along. But you 70, 80 years old, and I pretty much fall in that same category. But so forth and so on. I'm just a little bit more attentive than your average 70-year-old person, I would think. But 78 more cents.
Yeah. Okay.
Unbelievable.
All right, my friend.
Okay.
Appreciate you again, Mr. Bill.
Take it easy.
All right. Terry.
Hey, Gerard, how y'all doing?
Good, man. What's happening?
All right. How you doing, Ms. McNaris?
I am doing well. I'm blessed.
Okay, that's good. I got a question for Ms. McNaris. The situation with Garden Plaza, there's a commercial with Miss Moreno taking the credit for the Garden Plaza residents. What do you know about that? Is that true? Is she responsible for the Garden Plaza residents, for their money that they got and moving and stuff? Are you familiar with that?
So first of all, what the city chose to do was not to settle the class action with all of the residents of Gordon Plaza, Press Park, and the students who attended Moton School and the employees who worked at Moton School. They end-runded the lawsuit. They went around the lawsuit. And what they decided to do was to buy out the Gordon Plaza homeowners for the purpose of putting up a solar farm. That was the stated and intended purpose. They never took responsibility for what they did. They did not pay it through the judgment. They went around the lawsuit so they wouldn't have to pay everybody. And what they did is they purchased the homes of the Gordon Plaza residents. Now, let me give you a little known fact. Some of the people whose homes they purchased for $300,000, $400,000 are people who did not live on the landfill site all that time. They paid people who had just bought houses on the landfill site a year before the payout. Speculators, okay? So there are a lot of people who had already moved away from that neighborhood who have legitimate claims, who did live there for 30 years, who were exposed to contamination, who were not compensated. It was new people who had just bought those homes in many respects. So the truth of the matter is that the mayor was the one who was advocating for that community, Gordon Plaza, to get bought out for the purpose of putting a solar farm out there. The city council approved the funding request for that neighborhood. So for her to take complete ownership of the decision is not an accurate and truthful statement as to what occurred. But I will say that there is a $90 million bond initiative that the city council has approved to finally pay everybody else who was involved in the John Johnson case. And I have been told by the city attorney, Denisha Turner, that we are indeed on the list to be paid from the $90 million bond initiative. So this means that the residents and homeowners of Press Park, who were never paid a dime, other than what they got from the insurance company from Hano, which was minimal, will get paid this time, and the rest of the Gordon Plaza residents and the real Gordon Plaza homeowners will get paid finally. Now, since you bring it up, let me throw some shade on the school board. The school board has never paid a dime, and I have recently filed a motion for judgment debtor rule against the Housing Authority of New Orleans and the Orleans Parish School Board, asking them, what kind of money do you have on tap? What kind of money can you get? And what is your plan for paying these people? And the school board is running from that judgment debtor rule. They don't even want to come talk to us. So when we talk about accountability and we talk about people who want money from the city and we talk about people who claim to have the best interests of children at heart, maybe you should be a responsible steward and pay your debts. When I have a debt, I have to pay it. But they seem to think they never have to pay their debts. And because they're a public entity, they can just run from judgments forever. So, to get back to your original question, no, Helena Moreno is not solely responsible and the
was a
author
team.
of the decision to buy out the existing Gordon Plaza homeowners for the purpose of putting a solar farm out there. Mayor Cantrell had just as much to do with it as the city council did in making that decision. Indeed, she met with the concerned citizens for the Agriculture Street landfill multiple times. When I say she, I mean the mayor. Okay. So I'm gonna call it like it is. And it is not a settlement. It is not paying the judgment they owe. It was a purchase of real estate, and several people got a windfall because they did not deserve to get paid.
Okay, that's beautiful. I'm glad you put that out there. So hopefully all the supporters and the voters who are going to vote for Ms. Moreno, they're aware of that. That's what I'm saying.
But that was entire city council, though, right?
The entire city council voted on that.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you, the mayor really met with the Gordon Plaza homeowners on several occasions and was hands-on working through that deal. So I think they can all take credit for it. And I'm happy. Let me say this. I'm going to be very clear because I don't want my phone to ring off the hook. I'm very happy for the Gordon Plaza homeowners who finally got their houses purchased and are able to move on. They did that on their own. They accomplished that on their own steam, and I'm very happy for them. But to me, all 5,000 people who were adversely impacted by the city, Hano, and the school board's actions in building a home, an elderly care facility, Press Park townhomes, and Gordon Plaza, and that school, all of them deserved to be paid and still deserve to be paid.
Okay, I'm glad you cleared all that up. So hopefully all of Moreno voters, potential voters are listening. And so I'm glad you cleared that up because, I mean, she made it seem like she solely did it on her own.
That is not accurate. That is not accurate. Indeed, truth be told, I called her office when I first learned about this effort and asked them to pay the money through the lawsuit so that everyone could be compensated and to not pay people who had just moved there as speculators. And they fought me on that. So,
there you go.
If we're gonna tell the truth, let's tell the whole story. Let's tell the whole story.
Gerod, that's all I got. Thank you, Ms. Begnari, for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
All right, Terry.
All right.
I don't know why he asked that question. I was like, oh, Lord,
mic drop.
They're going to start her up.
Yeah, she dropped the mic on that one.
Mic drop.
But I mean, the truth is the truth.
The truth is the truth. And y'all know when I thought the mayor did wrong, I called her on it. When I think she does right, I'm going to tell her about it. And in this particular instance, the credit belongs both to the mayor and the city council for purchasing the homes for the purpose of putting a solar farm out there. Now, last time I drove through, I still haven't seen a solar farm. Just gonna say that.
There ain't no solar
just
farm
put that out there.
Is it? Not yet.
I haven't seen a shingle. I haven't seen an attempt to put a solar farm. But okay.
But I do ask this question about this budget though, because it just seemed to be rolling. Things seem to happen, and I don't think we talked about this yet. But I do want to bring this up to see what you think, because it was interesting to me that at the same time that we love and we sit down and we say, oh, everybody's like, hey, this one's going to get this vote. Got my vote. But I'm thinking also in the city context of who's where. Isn't it interesting that Montano left right before all this came out?
I find that very interesting.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just listening.
Oh, no,
I don't think you should say anything.
I'm calling names.
He just looked at me.
I don't think you should say anything.
I mean, it's the truth. Isn't it this man has been, because look, I saw him sit down talking about the budget. Even when we got into the point where he's talking about the brass system, and everybody goes through the brass system because the brass system is the great all through. Well, where the hell were they on the brass system? Are they on the brass system? You're telling me that a system of finances, a computer-operated system of finances, is the bee's knees for the city of New Orleans for any department. And you're telling me that you're not on the damn thing? And then you leave? And then all hell breaks loose? Is it me?
Look, truth be told.
Where y'all on brass?
Truth be told.
Or kiss my ass.
A lot of people are fair weather friends. And because the mayor is facing difficult circumstances, a lot of people are jumping ship on her. And because they know an election cycle is coming up,
and they got to jump on
and
next
they're
ship.
concerned they're not going to get those jobs with the new administration, a lot of them are looking for other jobs and leaving while they can. That's what's happening right now.
Excuse me. Were you all on brass? Y'all on the brass system? Let's call 311 and find out.
Well, the other day I got a text on my phone telling me 911 is working again.
Yeah, it was.
That means it was off?
The weekend. Us and Mississippi. But I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna call 311 and find out that we.
You want to know about the brass?
Yeah, we're gonna find out. We'll call 311 and find out in just a bit. Everybody hold tight.
Hold tight.
AURN News.
The government is officially shut down. More than 750,000 federal workers are waking up today. Could be pink slips, furloughs, or worse, permanent layoffs, as President Trump vows to make this shutdown irreversible. What's still running? Medicare, Medicaid, the mail, Social Security checks, but so much more is either shuttered or slowed. Museums, health services, research labs, national parks, even food inspections. Both SNAP and WIC could run out of money within a week, cutting off nearly 7 million mothers and children from basic nutrition. Meanwhile, TSA agents and air traffic controllers are on the job without pay. That means long lines at airports and potentially more sick outs if the standoff drags on. And the military, well, more than 1 million troops are working without paychecks. The White House Budget Office told agencies not just to furlough, but to draft firing plans. And it's happening all while both parties trade blame. The last shutdown in 2019 cost the U.S. economy $11 billion. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Let me be clear. I don't know Charlie Kirk. Hadn't heard of him until he was assassinated by a deranged white gunman on the campus of a small college in Utah. But I've since become familiar with his widely popular philosophy and far-right conservative opinions and views regarding black folks. However, I choose not to respond with vitriol of disrespect of the dead. But here's my take. When public figures make sweeping and disparaging remarks about African Americans, it is tempting to meet those words with equal force. But there is another way, one rooted not in vitriol, but in clarity, dignity, and truth. Mr. Kirk's comments, which suggest that black professionals are inherently suspect, that black women succeed only through favoritism, and that black communities are defined by crime, are not new. Versions of these stereotypes have circulated for centuries. What is new is the ease with which such words are broadcast to millions of people, echoing in ways that can only harden divisions. How then should African Americans respond? First, by refusing to internalize these mischaracterizations. The accomplishments of black Americans in the cockpit, the courtroom, the classroom, and on every field of human endeavor stand as daily rebuttals. The measure of one's worth is not found in the skepticism of critics like Kirk, but in the substance of one's work. Second, by lifting up stories of excellence and service that counterbalance caricature. For every negative stereotype offered, there are countless real lives that tell a different story, of black Marines whom I've interviewed, who served with honor, of black women leading companies, legislating in Congress, healing in hospitals like my goddaughter, and teaching in classrooms. Their presence is not a product of lowered standards, no, but of talent, perseverance, and sacrifice. Finally, by engaging not in anger, but in insistence, an insistence on being seen in full humanity, responding with measured words and lived examples, robbed inflammatory commentary of its power. It signals that progress does not depend on the approval of those skeptics who doubt it. And so the challenge now falls to black leaders in politics, business, media, and yes, the pulpit, to keep telling our stories, to answer stereotypes not with silence, but with narratives of achievement, resilience, and pride. Because in the end, the most powerful voice against ignorance is the unvarnished truth of exactly who we are. This is Norman Robinson off the top.
On Auto Trends with JeffCars.com, here's a snippet of some of what we cover. GPS pioneer Gladys West.
We worked long hours computing trajectory orbits and satellite orbits, trying to get the data and everything correct enough.
Auto analyst Mark Bland.
14 new vehicle deals that happen in this country out of every 100 that women don't have a fingerprint on.
To tune in, check out Auto Trends with JeffCars.com, Saturdays at 4 p.m. on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about.
Hi, this is Arnie Filko. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events to sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join Carrie and I every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Carrie Show. See you soon.
The National Fried Chicken Festival, presented by Raising Cane's, is bringing beats out to the NOLA Lakefront with an all-star music lineup on October 4th and 5th. Get ready for 20 hours of nonstop entertainment with epic performances from Lloyd, Blanco Brown, Young Jock, The Sugar Hill Gang, Tucker, Chopper, Flatboy Giz, and many more. This is one party you won't want to miss. Get your tickets now at friedchickenfestival.com.
You're invited to step back into New Orleans history for Community Day at the Dewdrop Inn with Tulane University's Special Collections, presented by the Primo Memorial Series. Saturday, October 18th from 12 to 2 p.m. Celebrate the Dewdrop Inn legacy with the live musical show. Enjoy a brunch buffet and explore archival materials. Free admission, but space is limited. For more information, visit library.tulane.edu/Dewdrop Community Day.
Looking to join an organization that is committed to help promote economic development in New Orleans East? Look no further. The Greater New Orleans East Business Alliance is a member-based nonprofit organization made up of business owners and local professionals united for the purpose to promote business development in Eastern New Orleans. If you want to become a member, call us at 504-957-3568.
My name is Calvin Duncan, and I served 28 years in prison for a crime I didn't commit. But instead of losing hope at Angola, I educated myself, became a jailhouse lawyer, and after decades of being denied access to my records by the clerk's office, proved my innocence. Today, that same office is treating our records like trash, and it's time for a clerk who knows how much is at stake.
Calvin Duncan for clerk.
Paid for by Calvin for clerk.
I'm Wendell Pierce. Thanks for making WBOK your station. WBOK. I'm Wendell Pierce, and you're not. And we got to get our money. Got to get our hands on some. Money. Oh, money. You can take it out because it's going to cut us off. You're right, they'll cut us off. Got to get my hands on some. I had my pelvic thrust going and everything up in here. I was looking like I was getting ready to get on the dance floor.
Yeah, you were getting down.
But maybe we all need to go stand in front of City Hall and sing the song.
What you gonna sing, Gerard?
Money, oh money, the council got to give us some. Change it to the council. Make it a new song, something like that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not happy at all, by the way, about this whole situation. And the reason why is that
I think it's going to be imperative, and I'm hoping that our friends at City Hall are listening. And I'm sorry if this offends them. I'm talking about the council. But there needs to be a statement made, and I think it started today with the mayor because she made a very good statement. That was pointing the finger at them, letting them know this ain't on me. This on y'all. Y'all added this extra money to the budget and not telling anybody. That's number one. Number two, we need to be able to find out how are we going to get this money back? What did you all do exactly with every cent, every dollar? Because there's too many folks that are being very quiet about this money, including the Inspector General. Because his job is to investigate government fraud, governmental issues.
Government waste.
Government waste. He's sending it on everybody else.
Yeah.
This is waste.
But my concern is that with this big of a budget shortfall going into 2026,
we're going to have to pay for it.
What they're going to do is they're going to cut essential services, and they're going to begin with things that impact Black communities, like fewer youth programs, and they're going to hit recreation centers in Black communities. There's going to be longer delays to fix potholes and drainage problems in neighborhoods already hit by hardest flooding. They're going to do less investment in neighborhood libraries, less investment in nonprofits that serve our community. That's the kinds of things they're going to do to find the money to replace it in the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're going to do another bond initiative so that the taxpayers ends up having to pay the shortfall.
I love to hear how, because I think the mayor, again today, was very concerned. She brought all her directors of every department down to the chamber and told them, I have got to sit here with all of my folks and try to figure out how we're going to balance this thing for next year, for 2026. She going to be here till next year, so it's budgeting time, so she got to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And she made it very clear. She's like, I'm not happy that we got to do this. I don't know how we're going to do this because you all are the ones that made this difficult. And now we got to sit here and fix it. And we're trying to figure out what we're going to cut, who we're going to cut, and how we're going to cut it.
We're just in a bad state of affairs, y'all. I mean, I just don't know how you run a business without knowing what your budget is and sticking to your budget.
Yeah.
I don't know how you run a city without knowing what your budget is and sticking to your budget. And I think we really need to think about this as we're voting for leadership. If you can't manage the budget, should you be
managing
anything else?
Yeah. Ms. Dial.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure.
It's always.
The Ritz is coming up on.
Putting on the Ritz is going to be coming up on October the 8th.
October the 8th.
Which is Wednesday of next week.
What time to what time?
5:30.
Where?
At the Algiers Auditorium at Federal City.
Get your tickets where?
www.ccfbanola.org, or you can also call us at Concerned Citizens for Better Algiers at 504-362-1066, and we would love to see you all there.
I'm going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
We're going to be there.
Putting on the Ritz. Because we do the work in the community.
Yes, indeed. And always.
And we know where our money is.
So
it's going back in the community.
We got to go, y'all. We got to go. We'll see you on tomorrow. Be careful on the road. I know you got to go.
Will.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, folks.
Thank you for coming.